Working now. So let's see.
Oh, it says live now. I don't think it said
Yeah,
that before.
yeah, I think now it's working. So yes,
Hold on. Let's slap these links out there.
yeah.
Share.
Do you see it on Facebook?
1 second. I don't even know where to find it. Oh, trippy. Oh, this is weird. Okay, so you check like Facebook too, yeah?
Yeah, I'm checking right
Questions?
with okay, just a second. I have somebody who wrote to me and said that it's not working. Just a second. Like before. So I'm just telling them that it's working now. Yeah, I got it here, so I'll just share it so that, and I'll write your name in there. Yeah, so we got some viewers right now
Oh, cool.
that are coming in. So I'm so sorry, everybody. It didn't work before. We were talking and to nobody, basically. So everyone that joins the stream, there is a comment section. So if you have any question for Christian, you can always ask. We're just gonna be waiting a little bit to see if there's anybody else that's joining us. Christian is an actor. He is right now in Nova Scotia, but he was in Toronto. And I think you're planning to come back here, right?
Yeah, I'm coming end of this month. It's
Okay.
been a nice 4 months away.
Yeah. We've been missing you though a lot. So please come back soon. I
I'll
need a
try.
partner to go see Batman.
I saw it already, but it's really good.
Yeah, I
It's
know,
really good.
but it's okay. You can come anyways. I need a partner to go see it. Yeah. Otherwise, I'll convince Karn that I need him.
I'm sure that's an easy convincing.
Yeah.
Just like, please, please, please,
Please,
please,
please come and
please see Batman with me. My life depends on it.
Yeah. So just to reiterate, we were just talking about how your experience with Toronto Film School. Do you want to just resume the resume of like what we were talking about Toronto Film School? So basically, who are your favorite teachers, if you have any? How was your experience? If somebody you would say changed your life in some way.
Yeah, favorite teachers. This is a surefire way to get angry little emails. I'm not your favorite teacher. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, like I was saying before, I guess my whole experience. I'll start with my experience at TFS was awesome. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the first 2 semesters I was here in Nova Scotia, just online. Coming to Toronto for term 3, and it was did I ever meet someone named Tommy Titan? I did. I sure did. That's my guy.
We were actually talking about Tommy.
um, but yeah, I guess for favorite teachers, that's hard to say because I think each teacher had different values to add to the overall experience
Mm-hmm.
in becoming like a well-rounded, actor.
Yeah.
But I had so many reoccurring teachers that they would probably be the favorites, like Rosanna and John Tench and Chad, even
Yeah.
Kirsten as well. I liked Andrew Moody a lot as well.
Yeah.
Chris
Andrew Moody is
Christopherson was
very
awesome.
grounded. Like he grounded me a lot as an actor. Yeah.
Yeah. I was saying before too. I was kind of really headstrong going into it. Thought
Yeah.
I knew everything about acting. I was like, I done it all. Like everyone here is just new to it, so I already know this stuff. But then
Yeah.
I was, gracefully humbled, I'll say, by a
Yeah.
lot of teachers. They're like, "Are you doing this for fame? Like, or are you doing this for yourself? Like, this is your art. This is what you want to put out in the world." I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think it really shifts the focus, once you realize what you're doing it for almost in a certain degree, and you
Yeah.
kind of come at it more motivated, more willing to work harder, I think, in my own
Mhm.
experience anyways.
Yeah, I think it's important, and it's something that while were well back then, when we were talking to Rosanna about the show that we're working on, she asked us this question. She said, "Are you doing it because of fame, or are you doing it because you love doing what you're doing? You know, or money also?" And I think we all answered that we are doing it because we love doing what we're doing.
Hmm.
We have like out of passion for this project also. Speaking about the project that we're working on, do you want to give a few words about that?
Yeah, so we started working on this titled, untitled series called The Sickness, subject to change the title,
Yeah,
since last February. And it's been a lot of hard work. Like, we had a lot of people jump on board, a lot of people jump off board, which always happens. We've been working hard, really excited to start filming, making a TV show.
yeah,
It's really intense. It's really hard. The amount of meetings we had,
yeah.
um, probably put
It's
like,
come from like really far so far. Like we like when we started the script that we had and the script that we have now, it's even though it's not the final script, it's incredibly like different.
yeah, yeah. And we got to do your silent film for your
Yeah,
term three project, which is a
which is
little foray into that with working with, one of the writers of the show and
yeah,
some of the camera guys there and other people that really help with us.
yeah,
It's been that was like a nice little warm up, I think. So it'll be nice to
yeah,
finally get it running and really excited to share that with everyone.
yeah, definitely. I think well, it was inspired from the show that we're creating right now. It's not exactly the same thing, um, but it was inspired, and it was written by the short film that I filmed for TFS, Toronto Film School. It was inspired of the show that we're doing right now. Mhm. So Christian, I know that you're making some music. Do you have anything coming soon? Because so I don't know if anybody watched the first podcast that I did with John Tench, but the music for the intro was actually made by you.
Yeah, yeah. Catherine reached out to me. She's like, "You do music, like you make like funny little beats. Like, can you make something for like my podcast here?" I was like, "Sure," like whatever. So I just put it together. But yeah, I guess back in October, I released this song called "The Last Drop of Poison." I mean, it's super cheesy. It's about this girl I dated about 8 years ago.
It's
Um,
always about a girl.
always, always. But I had this line for like 8 years, last drop of poison, and my
Mhm.
buddy Colin, who I worked with on another short film called Bongos at TFS, we got along really great. And I was like, "Yo, can we like make a song together?" Because he's really into it. So he's like,
Yeah,
"Yeah." So I don't know. I have like 800 songs written just like in my phone,
yeah,
and of course, I didn't choose any of those songs. I just like wrote this song basically on the spot. um, and that was a lot of fun. It's nerve wracking, going
Mhm.
in for like the first time to record a song with someone, and just putting it out to the world. But it's a piece of me, I'm not the greatest out there, but I just love putting myself out there. This is my art. It's like my baby, my story. If
Mhm.
people can relate, that's cool. I I heard this thing once upon a time, the function of art is to make you feel like you're not alone in what you're going through in the world.
Yeah.
So hopefully someone can relate to it. But also with that, we shot a music video with some like people from TFS. You're supposed to be in it, but then
Yeah.
scheduling didn't work out.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I
it's
think I was
hard.
on set when you were shooting, right? I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
you were
you're
on
doing
set
something
with
else.
Strawman.
Oh, maybe
Was
you
it?
were. I can't remember. That was like
Yeah,
back in the summer.
yeah. So yeah, Strawman is coming soon. But yeah, I was a background on Strawman, so I think that's why I couldn't join for the video. But how was this experience of like like how did you feel when you put it out there, and how does it feel to put your music out there? And like you said, it's your art, and it doesn't need to be perfect, but in like at the end of the day, it's just showing what you're feeling at that moment, and it's trying to bring together with everybody else, right? So like
Yeah. Um,
trying to bring everybody together, and to reach out to them and their feelings.
yeah, it's nerve-wracking to put something like that out, but it's also very, I find, cathartic in a way.
Yeah,
Um, I like putting stuff out there, like, and like it not polished, like there's
yeah,
rawness to it, which I really appreciate because life's like that. You're not always going to be like shining and polished, right?
yeah,
So I put it out there, and it's just out there now. It's not mine anymore. It's like it's the world's.
yeah.
It's releasing as well. Like had like I was saying, that one, like I had this one lyric for years and years and years, the last drop of poison or whatever, and then it's kind of like a final like push out of like that whole relationship almost, because it always kind of sat there. So it's like, get out of me for good.
Yeah.
So now
So
it's
you
out
can
there.
go to something else and have your head free of whatever happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and as for new music, I have one song coming out. It's called the "We Won't Stop."
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm actually interested in what's to come in your music, because um so the kind of music that you do is not very traditional. So like you said, it's very raw, and it's what I like about it is that you don't when you listen to it, it's not necessarily for entertainment, but it's more for so reaching to something that inside of you that is precious, or something that you, like you said, you want to get rid of as a feeling, or like anything. And it's what I like about it. It's raw, basically.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm very excited to hear what you have to come, by the way, about that. And of course, this time, if you're making a music video, I'll try to be there.
Yeah, yeah.
And go.
This song "We Won't Stop" is, excuse me. It's a very fun song. It's like just about standing in your own confidence, really. And I have two of my friends who are rappers on it, and then
That's
yeah, Gray is actually going to play some drums on it.
really
That's exciting. That's a
that's
little
cool. I
tidbit,
didn't know
yeah.
that you played drums. That's so cool.
Yeah. So be on the lookout, mate. Hopefully this summer, but we'll see.
This summer, you have a lot that's coming this summer. If we're shooting and everything for the show and your music, and I'm pretty sure you're booking some other stuff too. So secrets.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
we spoke at the beginning when we were not on air. Christian said that he cannot speak of anything that he's working on right now in terms of movies, because it's all secrets. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see you. And I wanted to ask you, because you went to the theater recently. I think it was at the theater, and you saw yourself on the big screen. Is it on the theater?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. How did it feel?
So I went to see Jackass, the new Jackass movie with my cousin
Yeah.
Eric. I'm like, it came on like the big screen, like the first time I had seen it, like to that caliber. And I was just like, I think I was just in like sudden shock. I was like, hey man, that's me. And he just started laughing. He's like, what? And we just both started like just losing it in the theater, just laughing. And we're like, what the hell, right? It was really exciting. Like I don't know, that feeling is something I can't describe until like you feel it for yourself.
Yeah.
It's so like you want to cry almost because you're so like overjoyed, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was this commercial. I'll tell you what the commercial is. It's for Atlantic Lotto. I didn't have any lines, just SOC. You
Okay.
know, I did it in 2019, so 3 years ago, and I
That's
left. I
a lot
left
of
my job. Yeah, yeah. It's funny. It's always like in this industry, you could film something like 10 years later, it comes out.
yeah.
You just never know. So it's a nice surprise to be like, oh, I did that commercial. Now it's here playing in the theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, super exciting.
And you said that the crowd, so everybody else that was in the theater kind of reacted to that, or did was it because you reacted and then they reacted?
Yeah. So me and my cousins just started laughing, like someone's like, "What are you guys laughing at?" I was like, "Oh, that was just like that's me in that commercial." And they're like, "Oh shit!" Like, and people were just like, "That's cool, man!" Like, just like they
Yeah,
were like, "Whoa!" Like, they're just like, "That's
funny.
cool." Yeah,
That's
I don't
actually
know. Yeah, everyone here in like Nova Scotia is like,
it's like it's like I call it familial, like I don't know, familiar. I don't know how to mention it. Like it's just how to say it. It's just like I feel like Nova Scotia is so small, and it's that like everybody is kind of a little family. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. Everyone here is just they're tough and resilient, but like everyone is just
Yeah,
like, Friday night, like you go to Halifax, everyone's just down there at the bars, like almost like the whole like province,
yeah,
it's funny. Like, yeah, we're super nice here. It's super nice. Everyone like just doesn't like people give a fuck, but they like sorry, I'm cursing, but like they also don't give a fuck. Like it's
yeah,
such a cool thing. Like, I don't know, you'd have to just witness it for yourself.
yeah. Well, maybe one day I'll go visit you, but I don't know. And also, you're coming back to Toronto, so I don't know if I'm ever gonna go visit you at Halifax. But so when are you coming back to Toronto?
March 31st.
Okay. Is
Yeah,
that sure, or is it subject to change?
subject to change a little bit.
Why,
It,
why is it not surprising?
yeah, I don't know. I'm very like seat of the pants kind of person, and
Mhm.
I could like get up and go tomorrow,
Yeah.
But I'm like right now, like I'm making like I'm not doing any acting stuff right now while I'm here. I'm working at a car dealership, so that's been like decent money to save up to come back with.
Mhm.
And my birthday is also March 27th, so I wanted wanted to be here for this birthday.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
Yeah.
why I stayed like a bit longer.
Hmm. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think you were supposed to come back at the beginning of March 1st, right? When we were speaking, you said you thought you were supposed to come back on March 1st.
I told so many different people different dates. I was like, yeah, my intention's to come like January 17th. Didn't happen. Oh yeah, it'll be like February 4th.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, are you coming back because you want to work on some acting stuff, or are you coming back just because you want to?
Both. Like my life is in Toronto now,
Mhm.
really. A big part of me, I kind of feel like I've outgrown home.
Yeah.
Like I just I don't know. I don't feel like this is where I'm meant to be anymore.
Hmm.
But also we have a TV show that we're supposed to be filming. I'll say this
Yeah.
too. I have I have a web series I'm developing off of my short film Raw.
Yeah.
So we're filming that early spring.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. And a couple of short films. I'd like to get off the ground and just, revisit all the acting homies and my other homies up there.
Do you think Patrick is gonna come to Toronto soon?
Okay, so Patrick Patrick is my friend from here in Nova Scotia. We met each
Wow.
other 4 years ago now.
Mhm.
I acted in one of his films. It used to be called Memory Holes, but now it's going through a new title change. He's one of the writers of The Sickness as well,
Yeah.
and we're actually filming a short film tomorrow called Mystery Girlfriend. Um, but I don't know. He could. I'm sure he would.
Yeah.
Be nice to meet everyone, and
Yeah, it would be nice to meet him in person, because we're used to seeing everybody on camera, but not in person. I mean, of course, Patrick is so far the only person that I think we haven't all met in person, because pretty much everybody is in Toronto, or has been, or
yeah,
is sometime at some point coming back to Toronto. We never know. But yeah,
Right.
um, but yeah, I'm super excited to shoot for the sickness. Also, again, title subject to change. I'm really excited to shoot for that. I think it's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, I think it's such a cool story that we've kind of crafted here, and I'm
Yeah,
really excited for my character. You know, I have a lot of
a lot of juice.
yeah, just a lot to bite
Yeah,
into, you know, and play
yeah,
around with. So
yeah,
be on the
definitely.
lookout. This is the show, you know. Thank all the acting teachers at TFS because like it's gonna be a dope ass show. And
Yeah, it is going to be really, really cool show, and I'm really proud that of our writer Josh. Shout out Josh. um, you did a really good job, and honestly, like it, his job is obviously not done because it's not the final version of the script that we have right now, but like so far he's done a really good job from what we gave him at the beginning as a script. Like we mentioned
yeah,
all of that before we went live, but um we started I think like a year and a half ago. It was just me, you at the beginning, then we had somebody else joining, and then that person kind of left, and then we had Josh coming in, then Patrick, and I think so far like we've done a really great progress in a year and a half. um,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. We really have. I mean, like I was saying before, it's a lot of hard work. You know, creating a TV show.
yeah,
I think we all have our egos with our ideas as well, and
yeah,
it's learning to work together and really craft the story. And then once you take it to, you know, producers and stuff, it's like, okay, change all this. So that's like almost our next step.
yeah. And it's
It's like,
always
oh
like that.
no.
He comes in with a script, and he thinks like probably in his head like, oh, I really like it, and then you present it to producers, and they're like, oh, can you tweak this a little bit? Can you change this? Can you change that? This is not working, blah blah. And but it's all done in respect, that's for sure, of the writer, because that's his art basically that we're kind of trying to make better. But it's because we're kind of a big team. We're I think in executive producer, I think we're five. Are we? Yeah, I had to count.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're five people. So it's really hard sometimes to like you said, with egos and everything. On I don't think it's egos, I think it's more like ideas that we both like we all have, and we need to kind of make it so that it fits together. And it's kind of Josh's role in a way to make it all of our ideas fit with his. But
Mhm.
I think we're going pretty good now. I think we're soon to be locked in the script, to be able to shoot this summer. Hmm. Yes.
Be on the lookout.
Look out for the sickness title subject to change. It's gonna be great. What else have you been doing so far? I know you're not doing a lot in Nova Scotia, but you're doing music. You're shooting with Patrick, I think, a movie tomorrow. You were
Yeah.
supposed to shoot today, but you pushed it to tomorrow. Can you talk a little bit about that shoot?
Sure. Well, here's this is, can you see this? It's probably gonna be
Ooh,
backwards.
that's a script.
Ah,
Mystery girl.
mystery girlfriend.
Oh,
Um, yeah. So back in January, I kind of reached out to Patrick. I was like, man, like, can we just like make something? So he just basically whipped up this
it
little
always starts
script.
with that. Hey man, you want to start something?
Yeah, that's how a lot of this goes for me. It's like, hey, they want to make like a film right now.
Mhm,
Um, so he's like, sure, and then he wrote a few drafts of this, and
mhm.
it's a really funny script. I haven't really done comedy, really. So this will be exciting. Like I play this guy. I'm such a doofus in it,
Yeah.
and you'll have to see it once it's all done. But
I thought that Raw was pretty funny though. Um, I don't know if it was meant to be funny, but I found it funny somewhat somehow. Um, I was
Yeah,
I was a person who basically did the subtitle in French. So for Raw, and I watched it a couple of times. And I thought it was funny.
yeah. Raw was my thesis from my Toronto Film School.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, that yeah, it was pretty funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I really wish I could have made it longer, but there's guidelines that we had to
Yeah.
follow, so I probably would have made it like 40 minutes of like insanity. But yeah, it's just
I think it might have been insanity, but it's good. It's great insanity.
yeah. Oh my god, the makeup artist that we got for it, it's
Yeah.
like it's like a drug infueled like zombie movie. Just to throw that out there. But the girl was really cool. She put like the movie poster on like acid tabs, and we had like fake shrooms, and then we're eating vitamin C supplements for like another drug. And it's just like Tommy's in it, and he just comes in and he's like raw. So all yeah, there's a couple shots that were all just like dropping, and it goes all loopy. Is yeah, it's funny.
But I like those shot though. I think they're probably one of my favorite part of the movie is the way you shot them. There's one shot that you and Tommy are kind of at the door and you're talking. And you guys are so close, and I don't know if it's because of quarantining or whatever. Um, I felt so uncomfortable watching it. I was like, these guys are so close. What happened?
Yeah. Okay, so the story behind that, we're oh, maybe we can show a clip later, but we're
Yeah,
like this close together, like, hold on. This
yeah.
is his face, this is my face. And so shout out to Nick Laws, he was the DOP on Raw.
Mhm.
It was kind of his idea, and me and Tommy have this back and forth kind of banter in that scene. And it's supposed to like whip really fast to Rianne,
Yeah,
her character. So we just wanted her in between us, right? To be like kind of like talking and like to focus on her, but we're so like engaged in our own conversation, like, yeah, stop it. So that was like the point of that, you know?
yeah. I actually am trying to find it right now. It would be great if we could just show it to to everybody
Yeah,
that's watching right now. I don't know. Do you have it on your YouTube channel?
yeah, I should. Or I can send the trailer.
Yeah. Oh, I have it here.
Yeah,
So
play the trailer and then they can go and watch it.
yeah, the trailer. Yeah, there you go. But do we see the scene with Tommy in the trailer?
Yeah, I mean it's just music playing, and we don't have dialogue in the trailer. But just yeah, just play a trailer anyway, because
Okay.
you'll see, and then they can get my views up.
I don't know if anybody will be able to see it. So if anybody can just let me know if you see it or not. This is Christian's YouTube channel. You can go see his demo reel. But let's watch the trailer for Raw.
Listen, playing video games with you is a lot of fun, but I'm looking for something more lively.
Okay. What you thinking of?
Whoa.
Ready?
Rock and Renee.
Yes.
Yeah. But I really want to show that scene with you and Tommy that you're so close to each other. It's so
Oh yeah.
uncomfortable.
It's like yeah, you'll see it here.
Yeah, right here. You can see it right here.
Thank God you're in. You're getting kind of bored.
What? I was having fun.
So, what do you got for us, man?
Don't I have my friend? I've got DMT, GHB, LSD, PCP, MDMA, DMX, RIP.
Rest in peace, but got anything else? Something that we haven't done before?
It's just it makes me cringe always. Like I don't know. It's so weird.
Yeah, you should see the outtakes from that. We just kept laughing because it was so weird to be that close, especially to Tommy.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tommy.
It's so funny. Like I've never laughed so much, like to the point of being really close to peeing in my pants when he's around.
Yeah.
Definitely. I remember when we met, it was we met through Toronto Film School, basically. When I started, I think you were in term 3 when I started. Were you term 2 or term 3? And 2. So you were living with I think pretty much the same roommates that you have now, except Grace. I think Grace was living with somebody else, and we were having a party at Grace's place, and that's where we met for the first time. And you guys started laughing, and just you guys laughing all together. And then I turn around and I'm like, what's happening? And like there's one on the floor, the other one's like almost laying over the other one, and it was so funny. But yeah, like I just feel like Raw is just it's just so funny when I watched it. I was
Yeah.
laughing. But yeah, how was the experience of doing Raw, and also because you need to understand, when you're in TFS, you have this movie to do on your last term. I think it's term 4 or 3. I'm not sure anymore.
We started writing them in term 4.
Yeah. So you have that movie that you have to make, and it's a short film. Um, and you have to kind of showcase it in a showcase. So, how was it for you to do that for the first time? Because I think it was the first time you were in that kind of size of a crowd, um, that you were sharing something like that. Was it?
Yeah. So to go back on what you're saying, so in term 4,
Mm-hmm.
we start writing these scripts. They're like, okay, like you got to write a script and you got to pitch it to the faculty to see if you get greenlit, like how you'd actually do it if you're in the real world, writing a show or whatever.
Yeah.
Basically, what we're actually doing now. So you go through so many iterations of the script that you write. You know, you have to kind of make it economical, cohere to like the COVID guidelines. So I think I rewrote it like 4 times, and then me and Nick sat down and we made it a lot more funny.
Yeah.
Because one of the biggest things, like at first, it was going to be this very sad, depressing thing. I was just like, I kind of figured, everyone would do something like of that sort. So I wanted something so left field from everyone else. That's kind of why I decided to do that. So,
Yeah.
Once we had the final script locked in, you make this pitch package, which is a lot of work. So you do a first pitch to the teacher, and then he connects you with like some of the design students.
Yeah.
And they design like a whole pitch package for you, and then you take that and you have like 5 minutes to pitch your whole film for
Did you
the
think
faculty
5
member.
minutes was enough?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Much
mean,
more
for
time.
like a 10-minute film, that's already like half of your film. So you just have to be like, I really prepared though. Like I got all my money in check. I already knew who was working on it, where we were doing it. So I had all that. So I think that was a big deciding factor. And like, okay, this guy has like his shit together. Let's like give him the green light. He's ready to go. Right. And yeah, they love the script. Love the idea, especially the zombie thing. So that was pretty cool. And then got to show it for our final showcase, which is sick.
Did you got good reviews from it once you showcased it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, not like I can't remember now because it's like it's through the TFS like showcases.
Yeah.
But like you're saying, you did the French subtitles for it, and that was at Le Grand Film Festival in Quebec. And the emails I got back and forth between them, they're like, "Oh yeah, people were like loving it, like they're laughing." I was like, "Yes!" And they're supposed to send me footage of it, but they have like this that whole night is on Halloween. Is actually aired live.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. So
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the footage of
it was on Halloween and like the zombies and everything in there. Like, how did you come to because you said like at first it was something that was super depressive, and you were like, oh, I don't want to do something like that, because obviously a lot of people have tendency to go towards that. So what made you be like, okay, let's go for like zombies and and drugs and mixing all of that together?
Yeah. Yeah, like I said this before too. It's so my friends and I here, we've partied a lot the last 8 years. Like I'll just say, like on all accounts. And I thought it'd be really funny if I just made a film like kind of like a love letter to that a little bit, but like really beef it up. I'm like, what would be like really funny? And one thing, like we have like a Snapchat like group chat,
Yeah,
like my best friends here, Rachel and Kyle, and
yeah,
like they're always sending like this Resident Evil, like this meme from like the game, and like the guy's a zombie, and it was just always so funny. I'm like, man, like what would happen if we just all like did shrooms and just started like tripping out and like saw zombies, like one of us as zombies, like, and I just thought it was really funny, and I just threw that in there because like zombies are cool, and like maybe I'll never have that chance again, so I may as well do it now. And to go from like the dramatic to the comedy to just, I had Tommy in the film, Rianne, Derek, and Basil.
yeah.
I mean, if you were in our class,
I was in one of your class actually. I was in the background watching, and it was really funny.
yeah, and you've seen us all in person. We have such like
Yeah,
goofy chemistry together, so I
yeah,
figured that'd be a lot easier, to
yeah.
put forth. So
Yeah,
that's the
it's really
reason.
important to have good chemistry with your co-actors, because that will appear on camera definitively if you don't have a good one, or if you do have a good one. Are you thinking of making something longer maybe with that movie?
With Raw or just like another longer movie in general?
No, just with Raw. Yeah, making something more with it, or are you are you thinking of keeping it like it is right now?
No, so that Raw is done. It's
Okay.
That's it. It's good.
Yeah.
But the two cops in the film, we're making a web series based around them. So
Yeah.
me and Derek, who played one of the cops, and he's a great friend. We've been writing this web series, and it's it's kind of like Trailer Park Boys meets Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's really crude. And it's really funny. So Derek and Basil are the stars of that, and it's gonna be great.
Oh my
What
god.
I guess I'll say this: one of our instructors has agreed to play a character in it, so that's really exciting. So
Yes.
that's yeah, Chad's gonna
Yeah.
be in it.
You talked to me about that. You said that Chad was interested to play a part in it. So yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool. I'm excited to see Chad in something that is funny though, because I don't think I have seen him ever in comedy. Um
yeah. I'm not sure.
yeah, I think I've seen him in I think maybe it was just in his class that I saw him maybe in some of the movies that he made, and it was like a horror movie and something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's gonna be exciting to see him acting in something that is comedy and laughing at him.
Oh yeah, you'll laugh at his character. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I really hope people don't take offense to this show.
Why would we? Tell us.
It's very crude. Some of the things like um
I can only imagine.
the first season that we've written out, it's 8 episodes, like 20 minutes each. Um, the two cops are trying to take down like the enemy in the first season, is these guys called the Busted Nut Bandits.
Oh my god. The fact that you can't even say it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's insane, but I'm excited to film, and I think eventually we'll loop back to Raw a little bit. They talk because they're the same cops. It's like the same universe. So
Yeah. And so when are you filming for this?
it should be spring, like April, May, hopefully,
Okay.
if all goes well. And then there's another thing that I'm supposed to be filming that I can't really talk about. But it's a movie with another classmate, and that's all I'll say.
Okay. We're getting
So
some juice.
yeah, a lot of different roles like back
Yeah.
to back, which is going to be exciting to really like flex that like acting
Mhm.
muscle. Just be like comedy, this
So,
movie,
but
our
wait,
show.
it's like Raw is your favorite. You were saying like it was one of your favorite movie to shoot. Um, but was it your favorite movie to shoot as a character or just to shoot in general?
Just to shoot in general.
Okay. Which one was
Uh,
your favorite character to play?
ooh, ooh,
That's a good question.
yeah, yeah. Um, that's really hard.
I know, right? It's always the hardest question.
For something that's filmed, I really like this movie I did called Bongos,
Bongos, yeah.
which was filmed through TFS. Shout out to Justin Meriden. Um, yeah, I play like I'm such the movie. The movie's so like obscure too, but it's really
Mhm.
cool. I just play like this guy that's living on his own, and my upstairs neighbors have like a dance studio, and they're making all this noise. I'm just like going crazy, and like you kind of see like that slow descent, almost like you can liken it to Jack Nicholson in The Shining a little bit. Like you can
Yeah.
kind of see like him slowly go crazy. And this is only a short film, but
Mhm.
that was a really cool thing to get to do. Circle
And
back to Noodle
was
Party
it
a little
hard
bit.
to prepare for that role?
Um,
Do you find it hard in general to prepare for roles?
it depends. It
Yeah.
depends on the role. I mean, I think I'm pretty good at like doing like a lot of like the anger kind of roles,
Mhm.
Um, that's just like chalks down to life experience and where I can pull from like the recesses of like my memory and use that as like motivation and stuff. But some roles are a lot harder than others. I find going in to do like commercials and stuff, I find
Yeah.
that like kind of hard because you have to be like so over the top and like comedic, and comedy is subjective. So
Yeah.
I always find like I guess comedic roles tough, but all comedy lives in like drama anyway, right? So
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, because I sometimes some roles I find it harder than other ones. I do remember that there was one during school, more precisely, that I had to play, and it was um, some comedy role that I didn't know how to approach.
mhm.
Um, I find comedy role to be harder than anything else, but I was also told that drama is easier to do as an actor because actors are actors because they have gone through a lot, and they want to share their experiences with people. So and the general population is more attracted to drama, kind of genre, but comedy is becoming bigger and bigger, I think, and um, it's something that I'm looking into doing a little bit more also, because I think it's good for me, at least as an actor, to discover that side of me.
Yeah. To add on to the previous question, I guess going in to do like love roles is always super weird.
Yeah, you
But
talked to me about one of those.
yeah.
I think you know which one I'm talking about.
I think so. There's
Yeah,
it's
you told us in the Jeep.
the dancing one?
No, it's the
That
one
one?
with the other guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, so I did this short film for my friend, um, and the character I had to play was bisexual,
Hmm.
and I'm cheating on my wife with our like mutual best friend. So we had like kettle scenes and stuff, and just like not even because there's a dude, just like those kind of scenes in general, whether who it is, it's always hard. It's always so awkward to like meet
Yeah.
someone and authentically portray that, but you just have to be so open and vulnerable, you know?
Hmm.
Um,
Did you discover something about yourself doing that kind of role? Like, how is it? Because I think if I imagine myself as somebody who's watching a movie with a bisexual role or any other um, kind of sexual orientation role, I ask myself, is this person really attracted to the other sex? Like, what do they do to get themselves to be able to do that kind of action? Yeah.
right. Um, it's tough. I guess one thing I really thought about with that, um, is like, should I do this?
Hmm.
Being a heterosexual male,
Hmm.
um, do I have that place to play that kind of role? Especially now. Um, but I think, in my personal opinion, as actors, we pretend.
Yeah.
We tell these stories. And how many times has someone that identifies as gay or bisexual played the straight role, right?
Hmm.
And yeah, I just figured it'd be a cool experience. One of my like ideologies or philosophies is like I want to live my life to the fullest,
Yeah.
and you can do that by living like all these different characters.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I mean,
So
in
would
the
you
end,
say it was a good experience in general, or would you say it was not as much?
it was a good experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it is definitely challenged me to be
Yeah.
more open. So
I mean, you don't
yeah.
really have a choice, but um, I think it's great that you had the chance to do that. Um, I do know a couple of people that actually discovered that they were bisexual through roles like that. So that's a good thing that you got to do that. And I think, I would have the same worries about playing that type of role right now because, I'm not a bisexual. I'm not in that kind of situation in my personal life. So how do I feel taking somebody's place in that type of role? And I think that's what you were saying a little bit. Um, did you felt like how like what pushed you to do it anyways, even though you had that questioning in your head?
Yeah, I mean, I asked. Oh,
Don't
tearing the place apart here.
destroy everything.
Yeah, I asked a lot of people like what they thought, like
Hmm.
if I should do it. Um, like some of my friends that identify as gay, I was like,
Hmm.
yo, like, how would you feel if I did something like this? And they're all cool with it.
Okay.
And I kind of trust them enough
Yeah.
to be like, this is something I did. Like, hope you like it. Hope I did it justice. It doesn't come across as ignorant or anything, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, even now, just talking about it, there's like a lot of fear of like ridicule on all like accounts, but like
Hmm.
at the same time, like I don't care.
Yeah.
Like
It's work.
it shouldn't matter
Yeah.
really. So
But it's also work for you, like like you're trying to portray somebody and you're trying to do your best to do it justice, in a
mhm.
way. That's what you do for work. Yes, it's pretending, but it's also trying to put yourself in their shoes and how would they act, like, and it must have been hard for you to kind of hide um that part of you who knows that you're not bisexual, but you have to now be bisexual. It's kind of weird because you kind of have to tweak your brain into thinking that you are in this moment.
Yeah, well, I guess you could argue and say, I'm not a killer in real life.
Yeah.
I murders and stuff.
And
I'm not.
he actually taught us that in his class. He said, like you have never killed somebody, but what if you have to play that role? You know, what's your substitution for being a killer in that role?
Exactly right. Yeah. Just liken it to like something in your own life that's of similar sorts, and then you can
Yeah.
get there. So yeah.
Yeah, that's great actually. And thank you for asking to be on the podcast, by the way. I was kind of taken by surprise. I was like, I got a message from Christian saying, "Hey, can you interview me?" I'm like, sure I can. So yeah, it's great to have you on the podcast, and we're kind of getting to the end of it. Is there anything you want to anybody you want to do a shout out to, or any project that you're working on, or anything you want to add to the podcast?
Shout out to our writer Josh again. He said he's gonna ask a question. He already sent me the question. He's like, I'm gonna send it live, but I haven't seen it yet. But Josh, you're a handsome dude. Keep working hard.
Yeah.
We love you, bro.
And Josh, just to reiterate and confirm that everybody knows, not confirm, but just to make sure that everybody knows, is the writer of the Sickness title Subject to Change. Yeah. So yeah, of course, Josh is doing a great work, and keep going. We need you, man. We're not going anywhere without you. So yeah. But thank you for joining me today for the podcast, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope everybody else also enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to maybe having you again. And so I'm starting to do this thing in the podcast where I ask the person that I interview, where do you see yourself in 2 years? And what do you think you're going to be doing in 2 years? And then maybe we can revisit it in 2 years and watch you saying who you think you're going to be in 2 years.
Yeah, that's such like an uncommon question. I was like, oh, she's going to ask me, where do I see myself in 10 years or 5 years?
Yeah.
In 2 years.
I think when you're an actor, everything can change so suddenly. It's good to be like, okay, in 2 years, where am I going to be?
Yeah, okay. In 2 years, I'll be 31. I won't be in Toronto. I'll either be in BC, Australia, or probably LA. One of the three. Hopefully BC. Hopefully we're in like our fourth season of The Sickness.
2 years.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, I hope to just still be on this acting path, really. I mean, that's all like I really want to do. I mean, I guess too, I kind of hope to put out an album.
Okay.
Gearing towards that. Maybe start the idea of like starting a family.
Okay.
That'd be nice. I don't know. In 2 years, all I can really say is I just hope I'm happy and the world's in a better state than what it is right now.
Yeah. So do you think that right now your mental state is not as great as you wish it would be?
Yeah. I mean, I'm good.
Yeah.
But like
you're not at your best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So in 2 years, you see yourself being in the fourth season of The Sickness, you see yourself being in better mental health, and you see yourself maybe starting a family with somebody. And after you said you see yourself living where exactly? Because you mentioned four.
I know. Either Australia, where's the camera? BC, or LA.
Or LA. Okay.
Yeah, I actually have a couple friends in LA now, so, and BC, so it'd be kind of cool to sneak my way in there.
Yep.
Really take off.
Well, thank you for joining today, and we'll revisit those. Those we'll revisit that all of that in 2 years and see if you actually have accomplished. Oh, and you mentioned also you want to have your album, your music album.
Mhm.
All right, so we'll revisit that in 2 years, and thank you again for joining me today. You can stay online. We'll talk after the broadcast is ended, but thank you for everybody who watched today and who's still watching right now. And we'll see you in 2 years, at least in 2 years for sure, with Christian to revisit everything that he said that he thinks he's going to be at that point. Bye.
Bye. Have a wonderful time.